the material won't really stick. That's why you practiced one phrase or one lick on Sunday for 3 hours straight, but the next time you pick up your sax... Hello, saxo friend, Kadrian here, the sax habit coach. Now, do you feel like you've hit a glass ceiling and not making progress on your horn? Feel free to drop us a comment below as to why you think you are not making any progress on your horn. Now, in this video, I'll share 5 reasons 99% of saxophone players don't make any progress on their horns. Now, get the last 2 right and numbers 1, 2, and 3 will almost be like a piece of cake. Now, it's not the saxophone, the mouthpiece, the ligature, or even the lack of resources that stops the 99% from progressing. Frankly, you've just bought this shiny new thing, right? And you are more than excited to get going. But it's a fact that after a week or 2, hedonic adaptation will set in. So there's no shortage of resources, and no matter the gear you're using, you can still get the job done. So the first reason 99% of saxophonists make no progress is having no goals or having unrealistic goals. So no goal. If you aim at nothing, you hit nothing. Simply put, there are a gazillion things to learn on the saxophone, and let's not forget those you have to master. The key to progress is not to overwhelm yourself with the gazillion. Pick one thing you can't yet do on your horn and focus on that one thing. Go deep with it instead of going wide. And I'll share in an upcoming video how to go deep instead of going wide. You must set that goal. Write it down. A goal not written is only an idea. It's just a figment of the imagination. A goal needs to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. The next challenge is that some of the 99%, they have goals, but they are unrealistic, of course. They say, in 1 week, I am going to be playing this song by Coltrane, that song by Parker, by so-and-so, and so-and-so, and so-and-so, etc. Now, I believe that good goal plus bad timing equal unrealistic goal. You've just been playing the saxophone for like 2 minutes. Do you really think you would be able to pull off giant steps in a week? Now, I remember picking up the saxophone like just a few months before one of my friend's wedding, and I wanted to play Forever in Love by Kenny G on soprano sax because I played soprano sax a lot in the past. So I remembered that look on my music teacher's face like, what? Really? And then he chuckled. Although the melody was fully transcribed and given to me, I could not play. My tone was trash and I didn't have good timing and a whole lot of stuff was going on. Again, good goal plus bad timing equal unrealistic goal. The next reason 99% make no progress is lack of focus. So if there is no plan and there is no goal, then what you essentially do every time you go into the practice room is noodle a bit. Skip from one thing to the next, and 2 hours later you feel like crap because you can't account for what you did and you sound no better than when you just started practicing. You fix that by grabbing one of these, right? Can you see? Right, this is a practice planner. You grab one of these. So you make a plan and you stick to it. So if you don't know what to plan, I can help you with that. Link is in the description below if you're interested. Now, what I like about this planner, for example, is that you will be able to fill in the dates yourself. So whether it's 2022 or 2029, it's reusable. Unlike some of those planners that you buy and when the year is over or finished, you have to throw them out because the date will be out of sync when 2023 comes around. The cost, a cup of coffee. And if you don't want to buy this, you can use a regular notebook and line it for yourself. Okay, link is in the description below if you're interested in that. The next reason 99% of saxophone players make no progress is inconsistent or haphazard practice. It's better to practice for 10 minutes every day than to practice for 3 hours on Sundays only. Your embouchure will love you for that. Now, your embouchure is not very kind as it relates to playing the saxophone inconsistently. Put down your sax for a few weeks without any practice and I guarantee you that it's going to take you quite a while to get it back on track. Have you experienced this before? I know I have. Drop us a comment below if you've experienced this and what you did to fix it. Additionally, the material won't really stick. That's why you practiced one phrase or one lick on Sunday for 3 hours straight, but the next time you pick up your sax, it was like Thursday, and you cannot even remember the first 5 notes in that phrase or lick that you were playing. You have to work on that habit of practicing so that your brain can recognize that this is something important to you. If the brain doesn't recognize that it's important, it will push it to the back. Think about it. You don't need to think about brushing your teeth or washing your face when you awake each day, right? Why? Because it's a habit. It's almost effortless. The fourth reason 99% of sax players make no progress is lack of accountability. A lot of pro athletes and pro musicians would not practice, and CEOs would not perform at their highest had it not been for having mentors, coaches, and people to hold them accountable. Because it's way easier sitting playing video games all day, isn't it? Now, I can understand why most of us adults, we don't like to be held accountable, because it was something forced upon us from 0 to about 18 years old. And we felt restricted, constricted, especially as teenagers when we want to do what we wanted to do and go where we wanted to go. And as we became adults, we resented being held accountable. But as a result of being held accountable by our parents, teachers, and guardians, teeth got brushed, assignments were done, and we got a good night's sleep because we had to go to bed at a reasonable time. Now, can you imagine how dirty and stinky you would be as a child if you didn't have guardians to ensure that you showered, got your hair washed, got your teeth brushed, and you slept on clean linen? An accountability partner can be a friend, a sibling, a coach, a mentor, a spouse. Although I would argue that the best accountability partners are people we are not directly connected with in a relationship, like a friend or family member, because they can be frank with us. Unlike our family and friends, we are going to be all up in our feelings with each other because of our connectedness. Or coaches and so on, we can fire them and hire somebody else if we don't like what they're saying, or we can take what they say and get ourselves on track. The final reason 99% of sax players make no progress is that of overthinking. The first key to writing is to write, not to think. The longer you think about the action you want to take, the less likely you are going to take it. And this is applicable in almost all spheres of life. However, I'm speaking within the ambit of your skill development as a saxophone player. So stop thinking about learning the lick and actually learn the lick. Stop thinking about practicing in a difficult key such as D flat major or its relative B flat minor, and start playing within that key. Stop thinking about how you'll apply the scale pattern and how it's going to affect your playing. Just learn it, dude, right? The first thing to write is to write. You write your first draft with your heart and you rewrite it with your head. Learn the pattern, memorize it, then figure out as you get granular how you can incorporate it into your playing. And the beauty about learning is that every pattern, lick, phrase, chord, song that you learn adds to the whole for you as a musician. Nothing is wasted. And one advantage I think that children have over adults is the malleability of their brains. You see, as adults, we overanalyze every action that we're supposed to take that will somehow make us better until our brains shut us off from taking any action at all. When a child is learning to play an instrument, for example, she's just happy just learning the 3 notes in Mary Had a Little Lamb, whether she's learning it by ear, by sight, or both. As adults, we psych ourselves out by asking tons of questions and rationalizing why we should or shouldn't learn to play the 3 notes, when it would take you 5 or 10 minutes just to learn to play it, and you can decide afterwards if you want to go further or not. So the more you think about what you are going to play and why you should or should not play it, the less likely you'll actually play it. Right? And the more often you decide to take up the instrument and play, the more likely you will play more of it. So the next time you're thinking about it, just take up the saxophone and play. Although it's better to have a plan rather than just noodling around and going nowhere, because having a plan will get you somewhere, and what is written gets done. So stop thinking and start playing. Now, does any of these 5 points apply to you? Share with us in the comments below one thing that you think is holding you back from making progress on your horn. And as always, Saxo friend, push, play until something happens. Peace.